In order to binge watch a show, you need to be able to watch multiple episodes of a TV show in rapid succession. There are no breaks, there is no switching from one show to another. It is quite a mission to take on. But when a show is worth it, you'll know it. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Hey YouTube, I'm Cor McGinley and welcome back to the most amazing top 5. Sit back, subscribe, and let me entertain you. Before we get started on this list, I want to know, what is your favorite TV show and why? Let me know your answers down in the comments. Also, just letting you guys know, there were so many shows I wanted to put on this list, but sadly, I could only do 5. Alright, let's get started on our list of the top 5 best TV shows to binge watch. In our number 5 spot, Luke Cage. Now I'm gonna be honest, I've never watched this show, but my fiance and some of my friends have, and all of them binge watched it. I mean, it's on Netflix, so all the episodes are conveniently uploaded at once, so how could you not? But apparently it is a great show to binge watch, as it's full of action so it keeps you from getting bored, and it has a really compelling storyline. For those of you who don't know, it's the latest installment in Marvel's street level universe. In it we see a character who is a bulletproof hero bringing justice to Harlem. Another good thing about the show, it has an amazing soundtrack. At number 4, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Now this one I have binge watched. I mean, it's too good not to. This is also available on Netflix with 2 seasons. The first season was released in March of 2015 and the most recent season was released last April. But it's been renewed for a 3rd season. So if you didn't believe me, that should be able to tell you that it's a great show. And to add even more awesomeness on, Tina Fey is the creator of the show. So you know it's going to be funny. For those of you interested in watching this show, it's about a woman who's rescued from a doomsday cult and starts her life over again in New York City. In at number 3, Game of Thrones. Another show I have fell victim to binge watching. Currently all 6 seasons are available for streaming on HBO, so it's easily accessible. I hopped on this train super late. I think I started watching season 1 when like season 4 was out, but it was so good and I could not stop watching. Once you start, you're hooked. The series is actually based off a book series of fantasy novels, and it's about 9 noble families who fight for control over the mythical lands of Westeros. But I'm warning you, if you're going to start watching the show from the beginning, look out because you will have no social life because you'll just be so obsessed with watching the newest episode, and that's all you'll have time for. But that's kind of the whole point of binge watching, isn't it? Coming in at our number 2 spot, Orange is the New Black. Now all of you Netflix fans knew this one was making the list. Netflix currently has 4 seasons of the show posted, and might I just say the most recent season may have been the best one, and the most heart-wrenching one so far. I mean, no one was happy with what happened in the last few episodes. I mean, what the heck was that? But you know when a show brings out so much emotion in you that they have done their job. This show has a lot of action, a lot of terror, and some laughs. It introduces you into a world that most of us know nothing about. So you just can't help but watch episode after episode. It really hooks you in. For those of you considering watching the show, it's about a woman in her 30s named Piper Chapman. And she is sentenced to 15 months in prison after being convicted of a decade-old crime of transporting money to her drug-dealing girlfriend. So basically the show is about her time in prison and a group of prisoners she befriends, and we learn about how all of them ended up in prison. And in our number 1 spot, Friends. Now sadly Friends is over, but it is a great show to binge watch. It's just hilarious, it's mostly a happy feel-good show, and it's so easy to just get immersed into the world and watch episode after episode. Especially if you're just coming from home after a long day of school or work, it's just a nice way to wind down. And for any of you that have been living under a rock, this show is about a circle of 6 friends living in Manhattan, and we watch them go through trials, triumphs, and the journey of life through their mid-20s to 30s. Well, there you guys have it. This is our list of the top 5 best shows to binge watch. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you in the next one.